But you got to ask, what price are you willing to pay for harmony? Are you willing to pay the harmony of the grave? Oh yes, the others will be harmonious with us as long as we remain consumers, as long as we remain non-competitive, as long as we remain dependent and beggarly, as long as we don't demand our just due, then we can talk about how we get along. And yet I'm afraid this is the kind of harmony that people are talking about. Let's look at what is actually going on in our real world while we talk about harmony and love between the sisters and the brothers all over this world. Now, I'll take you through a quick trip. I know we got to go here. But I just want to take a couple of things here because it's important, like I say, if we're going to remain sane, to look at what is really going on. As I said earlier, where are the multicultural businesses? Where are the multicultural jobs? Now, I picked up this paper this weekend, one of those free papers called Manhattan Spirit. And it has on it, it says it's the West Side's largest weekly newspaper. Heroin makes the grade in Ivy League as Upper West Side campus experiences new drug problem. Well, they're talking about the students at Columbia who catching on to the heroin habit. Matter hard over there. As a matter of fact, they call it Columbia's dark secret. Okay. Yeah. What I find interesting, by the way, but one of the things I caught here was a segment taken out by the Koreans, what they call it, Korean America, a New York story, days 20 to 25. So we took out about 5 pages of ads here. And let's see, they're talking about various things. Let me just read you a few quotes. Here they talk about a new publication targets Asian American youth. Multicultural youth, did they say? Asian American youth. A new monthly hailing a new age for Asian American youth has reached relations between Korean New Yorkers and other ethnic minorities in the city. There's your multiculturalism. We're going to be nice to you after we get all the money. And after we stabilize ourselves and stabilize our community, then we're going to deal with the ethnic relations. It's a lesson. This is what we've been trying to tell black folk all the time. Why are you trying to integrate and love other people and get caught up in it when your greatest problem is to do what? Integrate with yourself and love yourself first.
What is good, my people? We are live back again with another live broadcast on the forecast. Yeah, we back again. Shouts out to everybody who is out there and that will be out there. Um, if y'all are listening, I encourage you to say something. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't have to be no issues or no whatever, but if you do be listening, I encourage you to say something or feedback. Now, hopefully, my mic is working now. I'm pretty sure ain't nobody out there right now. I guess I should be giving warnings about when I'm gonna go live, but it is what it is. I don't know when, so it is what it is. Um, but something before I even get started, I just thinking about it, right? Yo, the human psychology is a crazy thing, right? Like when you accomplish something new, you feel good, like naturally. You like, hey, I've done something, I've accomplished something. It's a good feeling, like, and that smile, even if you try to not smile, you kind of have it once you accomplish something. But the problem is everything that we are accomplishing, it is to improve somebody else's. But we still get that good feeling like we've achieved something, that we've learned something, that we've accomplished something. right? That and it's a sick mentality because you still feel, hey, I've improved, I've done this, but really you still improving somebody else, but you still get that good feeling about it, and they're using you the whole time to prop themselves up. But anyway, um let me go ahead and get into when, and matter of fact, before I do that, because I'll give people time so I don't go right into it. But I wanted to do history today, but I went down a rabbit hole and I probably got too much stuff, and I'll come back for history another time. Who I don't know when, but maybe tomorrow, maybe Wednesday or Friday or whatever. So we'll see. And so, and by the way, make sure y'all subscribe to Matron. She be live on usually typically on Tuesday and Thursday at 9 o'clock at my time, you know. But before I do that, since I am the only one in here right now, let's just get started, and then I'll just play this, you know what I'm saying, while we try to figure this out. All right, hold on. I got the wrong thing. All right, here we go.
Dolls. They are every young girl's companion and friend. But dolls can represent much more in a youngster's life. In 1939, psychologist Dr. Kenneth Clark and his wife, the late Mamie Phipps Clark, used dolls to gauge ego and self-esteem in young black children. After asking the children questions about white and black dolls, the results shocked both the Clarks and the nation.
We found that black children knew that they were different, that they had lower status. They internalized in the development of their own self image these negative stereotypes of the society, and the majority, 2 out of 3 of the children, rejected the brown dolls as being negative and bad, etc.
Here, Sir Jay, you can have Nancy. It's a present. Mommy just got it for me. I want that one. Frida's my friend. I've had her all my life. Mommy! Mommy! Yes? She took my doll.
Their own inadequacy.
All study.
We did not do the study for the court. We did the study as psychologists. But the lawyers of the NAACP, when they read our reports and studies, said that they thought it was quite relevant to the case of segregation and the effects of segregation on personality.
Since the 54 decision, America has inched begrudgingly slow toward the implementation of desegregation orders. The first battlegrounds were the South, places like Little Rock, the University of Alabama, and Mississippi. Later, the struggle moved north to places like Boston. Clark blames lack of self-esteem for many of the problems in the schools today, from high dropout rates to violence.
It will take more than laws. It will take more than court decisions. Obviously.
That's right. It's gonna take love. If you love thy enemy strong enough, you'll get stabbed in the heart instead of stabbed in the back, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Now, this mentality, right? Because we got to understand that their system can only be defined by anti us. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the only way that their quote unquote system has any kind of power whatsoever. And that is the power that you give it. But it is so insidious that, and how they use human psychology against us, right? To the point, right? Well, no matter how you feel about the black doll test, right? Because we can look at the black people test, right? Forget the black doll. Let's start having the black people test, right? To see if black people love each other. If we would pick each other, Or would you pick that Neanderthal doll, if you will? Because this mentality, right, of yo, we have to be a part of somebody else's stuff. We gotta have some friends and all of that stuff. We don't understand how weak that we are being. And then the one group that black people globally, because I'm not gonna put it on one group, because we like to blame one group, and some people only talk about the same thing over and over. Like every post they have is about the same thing, and it's only against other black people. And I don't know if you know the litmus test, right? And there's a difference from like, because every show, I'm sorry for even calling it a show. None of these are shows. These are lives, that I'm on here live with you right now, right? It's not a show that I'm putting on. It's not no show, but all of these are directed towards black people, right? But when you go at a black person or black people, everything that you say is against a black person. You also have to look at your psychology, right? Or at whatever, because it is so easy for us to be like, well, the black is we can't go by black this, and like we find every reason not to work together with other black people, but none of those reasons would apply to any other group, right? And if you find yourself, if you go down your post and everything that you say, no like anything positive or trying to whatever, or no lessons or whatever, and everything that you say is to try to take down. And I'm not saying that some black people and whatever shouldn't be talked about, things shouldn't be talked about, but if everything that you say is negative against black people, you might have to look in the mirror, right, and see how well installed is that coonship within you, right? Because the reason why I talk about it and why I be disappointed, and we're gonna, instead of the black doll test by Dr. Kenneth Clark, we're gonna do the black people test, right? To see if we can keep going, because I'm not gonna say this is it here, right? But the acceptance that we want, right? We want to be accepted so bad. We're looking for validation when they have tricked us to think that black validation, including from yourself, because I'm been guilty of it too, right? And now I'm not gonna say I look for it from other species or whatever, right? But within my own group, right? You can't look for the acceptance of others, right? You have to validate yourself first. But when you see all images that is negative about you, and then we even contribute when we get on here, because the first thing, and I would admit, I have a bias. My one bias is for black people, right? You can't get me with religion, right? You know how they said Khalid Muhammad and all that. Well, you my brother by, you're not even my brother by faith. You know what I'm saying? We have totally different faiths, because my faith is in black people, right? Now, it is faith. It's just as much faith as the good old Christian here, right? But at least my God is not the same as theirs, though, right? So,
in a fresh bottle. Let's check this video out.
People think you got to be a Klan member to come to our church, and we're a church. Now we don't have a sign everybody welcome, because everybody's not welcome to our church. There's a certain element of people that just aren't welcome.
there's a certain element that is just not welcome, no matter what you do. Right now, normally I would be like, yeah, I look at it from my point of view, but I'm going to look at it from our point of view, majority of black people, I would say, and maybe not necessarily the ones that would listen, but the fact that the ones that won't listen to me, because they would be like, well, you're extreme, and I know a good one. I know a good one, but okay, so what has that good one done for you, even? Right? Let alone, I know it's nothing for black people. How can I know? Because What the hell is there? We barely do stuff for us, right? So what has they done for you? They validated you is what they did. They told you was one of the good ones, I guess, or they mowed your lawn, or they played the saxophone or something. You know what I'm saying? But not everybody is welcome everywhere. Tell them, passer.
That.
To think you got to be a Klan member to come to our church, and we're a church. Now we we don't have a sign everybody welcome, because everybody's not welcome to our church. There's a certain element of people that just aren't welcome. I make a joke sometimes, but it's joke based upon, I think, a real fact. The image always shows Jesus Christ with arms outstretched, wide out, like everybody. But the reality, Jesus Christ is not wide arms stretched. His arms are, what he said, the pathway was straight and narrow. And so it's a straight and narrow pathway to.
Right, but wouldn't you say that the path of straight and narrow is welcome to everybody?
Well, we're having to dissect various applications of that statement. But
right, like define everybody, define we, and what is this God even, right? Because obviously we have different faiths, and now he's right. Now mine points to a direct people, right? Say, I have come for my people, as quoted by someone. I have come for my people only. But
is it open?
And I'm gonna tell you now,
well, sense of word.
in 2,000 years, if somebody come back and be like, I was for everybody, I'm coming back to be like, no, I'm gonna come to somebody's dreams right now and be like, nope, I was for my people only. You read it in my scriptures, you know what I'm saying, the updated scriptures, you read it. I am for me and my people.
No. Okay. Now, righteous living open to everybody? Yes. I do believe that the benefits of Christianity is applicable to everybody. Mm-hmm. I don't doubt that at all. But that doesn't make them a part of the covenant. It doesn't make them marriage partners for my family.
What I hear is like a person of color, a black man, can they be saved and then be part of the kingdom of God?
What does save mean?
I mean, if we're going to go off.
Now, define heaven, right? Because you ain't gonna have somebody in heaven calling me the N-word. Is that heaven now? Or do you just forgive them instantly on the spot there in this heaven of yours? Well, I hope it ain't the same God.
Off of a traditional theological practice, it is understanding Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior. A traditional Christian perspective, that means then you gain access to heaven.
Yeah. Well, I like the word redeemed better than saved.
Yeah, I'm sure.
No offense, you've been misled into thinking.
My bad. Of course, they would have a commercial now.
I was asking was,
why don't you get paid a little bit more money off of black oppression, of course?
The reason why I was asking was when I was asking if a black man can be saved, you would just reference that they could just be blessed. So as one.
Can a black man be saved?
No.
That would be my answer too. I'm not gonna lie. Can the black man be saved? I just don't know. We just might be doomed. But keep hope alive. Keep hope alive. The spirit of Jesse Jackson has passed on to me, and keep hope alive. All right. So, and that's not a derogatory thing. I feel it.
It's that they could just be blessed. So as one.
I just don't know. I mean, the Bible.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me run it back a little bit. Karma 804, what up? What's going on? How are you? Thanks for tuning in. I'm on one, I guess. So, it is what it is. But yeah.
You would just reference that they could just be blessed.
Can a black man
be saved? You would just reference that they could just be blessed. The reason why I was asking was when I was asking if black men can be saved, you would just reference that they could just be blessed. So as one.
I just don't know. I mean, the Bible literally in spite of what people say, the Bible doesn't address black people hardly at all.
Does that mean then? So your belief is the Bible was written by white people to white people?
In modern terms, written by Israelites.
I mean, it's a very generic way of putting it, but yeah.
Written by Israelites to Israel.
All right, so that is the question. Can black men be saved? And my answer, like his, is I don't know. See, the updated scriptures that I have right now, you know what I'm saying? I added to some scriptures, you know what I'm saying? I added to some scriptures. And I didn't address this point either because I don't know if we can be saved. I hope so though. Keep hope alive, you know what I'm saying? But the problem is, right, now we have this thing about wanting to be accepted so bad, right? To the point where like, hey, recognize me, right? And Oscars ain't so white no more, I guess, you know what I'm saying? I guess Oscars ain't white no more and they ain't loving it.
Hey, fellas! Yeah! Kill Whitey!
Fact. Hold on, let me run it back.
Hey, fellas! Yeah! Kill Whitey!
Oh, that's me all the way back there. I'm clapping at that statement too. I was standing and giving a standing ovation. That's the best Oscar speech I heard ever. I mean, man, matter of fact, I'm gonna run it back one more time.
Hey, fellas! Yeah! Kill Whitey!
I was in the back clapping.
Sinners has already won many awards and will go on to win many more because it has a predominantly black cast, talks about slavery, dismisses Christianity, and most importantly, absolutely.
Oh, so they have this. Now it's totally different than what I hear the black Christians talking about, some forgiveness and turning the other cheek, and it's not about this, and it's about loving everybody. And you're praying to the same man, right? Because I'm not even gonna get into that, like, you know what I'm saying, that discussion. But you're praying to the same man and God as a group of people who want to nationalize, not just Christian, they want to corner the market on white Christianism. And you waving the same flag as them, but you're saying something totally different, right?
Absolutely despises Whitey.
Well, it's already broken the Oscars all-time nominations record, and I got a feeling it's going to get a lot of wins.
And that's such a black pill because if you removed all the propaganda that's in this movie, it's still a terrible film in its own right. But when you consider not only how bad of a film it is, but also the absolutely disgusting anti-white messaging of this movie, it's absolutely an abomination.
Watching this, even if I turned my brain off to all the disgusting nonsense in this film, the first hour is such a drag, and then the second hour is complete chaos with no logic or reasoning. It's amazing.
Pretty much, but ignore all that because people will gaslight you into trying to make you believe that this film is a deep exploration of black identity in the face of oppression and cultural appropriation by the white devils who seek to use Christianity to...
Now, I don't deify some deformed creature that can't even go outside into the sun. Let's be real. So
erase black people's identity. And it paints whites as vultures and uses that same imagery many times throughout the movie to show that Whitey seeks to exploit the vastly superior black culture just to profit from it. Through years of propaganda, they've convinced
the vastly superior culture just to profit from it. Just to profit from it. In fact, everybody can profit from it except you, because all we need is validation. We need a white boy that can play a piano or a saxophone or a guitar, right? Sing R&B notes on the guitar, or to smile in your face or tell you the same thing that I've been saying the whole time. And oh, this is one of the good ones here. you know?
Tons of people that through films like Sinners, that they need to not only acknowledge, but atone for the sin of being white.
We're not worthy! We're
Oh, shouts out to Matron in the building. And I'm just getting started, Matron. Now I won't play this again just because you just showed up, Matron. So check this out, all right? Here we go.
Or church. You know, now we do we don't have a sign everybody welcome because everybody's not welcome to our church. There's a certain element of people that just aren't welcome. I make a joke sometimes, but it's joke based upon, I think, a real fact. The image always showed Jesus Christ with arms outstretched, wide out, you know, like everybody. But the reality, Jesus Christ is not wide arms stretched. His arms are, what he said, the pathway was straight and narrow. And so it's a straight and narrow pathway to.
Right, but wouldn't you say that
right and straight pathway to blackness,
straight and narrow, is welcome to everybody?
Well, we're having to dissect
and Matron, just to give you context, right? So we coming off of this, right? The black doll test here.
Young girl's companion and from dolls to gauge ego and
This is what we're
self-esteem
coming
in
off
young
of,
black
just to give you a
children.
quick rundown.
After asking the children questions about white and black dolls, the results shocked both the Clarks and the nation.
We found that black children knew that they were different, that they had lower status. They in turn
knew that you can go outside without putting cream on your skin. Now, because now people question the black doll test, so let's do the black people test, right? And so that's just leading up to what we're talking about, right? This acceptance that we want to have, you know?
Right, but wouldn't you say that the path of straight and narrow is welcome to everybody?
No, absolutely.
Well, we're having to dissect various applications of that statement. But is it open to everybody, like in the broad sense of the word? No. Okay. Now, righteous living open to everybody? Yes. I do believe that the benefits of Christianity is applicable to everybody. I don't doubt that at all. But that doesn't make them.
Now, maybe it's this, right? But here's the main point. Here's the question that we have for everybody here.
The reason why I was asking was when I was asking if a black man could be saved, you would just reference that they could just be blessed. So as one,
Mason said, we will never pick ourselves in this environment. My bad. We won't accept ourselves because our existence is unacceptable to the dominant society here. Or is it? Right? Because the Oscars ain't so white no more, is it? Oscars is a hella integrated now.
I just don't know. I mean, the Bible is literally, in spite of what people say, the Bible doesn't.
Money not integrated, by the way. I'm just saying Oscars was integrated. Because that's all we was asking for. We was saying the Oscars so white. We wasn't saying financial institutions so white. But so that's not integrated. But the Oscars is integrated now, so maybe we will
address black people. Hardly at all.
So does that mean? The reason why I was asking was when I was asking if a black man can be saved.
Okay, so this is the question, because he's asking a good question, because can a black man be saved?
Asking if a black man can be saved, you would just reference that they could just be blessed. So as one,
I just don't know.
I just don't know.
Literally, in spite of what people say, the Bible doesn't address black people. Hardly at all.
So does that mean then, so your belief is the Bible?
Well, and I'll tell you this, and I'll say it again. I said it, but I'll say it again now that you hear, Matron. If 2,000 years from now, they try to be like I was for everybody, I'm going to haunt their dreams. Like, no, I have come for my people. Like it said, you know what I'm saying? Like my words say, I have come for my people. So that's my word and the new scripture. You know what I'm saying? So I've tried to update the scriptures here. Damn, I can't hear it now. What the hell happened?
The Bible doesn't address black people. Hardly at all.
So does that mean then, so your belief is the Bible was written by white people to white people.
In modern terms, written by Israelites.
I mean, it's a very generic way of putting it, but yeah.
Written by Israelites to Israel.
Now, Thomas Robb made.
Yeah. He dodged every single question because none of those was the question, right? But the question is, because he did answer it, because I agree with that answer. Right? He ain't answered nothing else. But can the black man be saved? And the answer is I don't know. I don't know. White validation seems to be enough here, you know.
Hey, fellas! Yeah! Kill Whitey!
I'm clapping too, y'all.
Sinners has already won many awards and will go on to win many more because it has a predominantly black cast, talks about slavery, dismisses Christianity, and most importantly, absolutely despises Whitey.
Well, it's already broken the Oscars all-time nominations record, and I got a feeling it's going to get a lot of wins.
It sounds like a good movie to me. This owns the KKK Christians. Now, it is two different gods. I would agree that black people pray to a different God because yours tell you to forgive and turn the other cheek, and theirs tell them to go conquer and manifest destiny and all of that stuff. Like all of this land is ours, and if you don't believe in my God, then you got the right to conquer the people. And your God be like, hey, love everybody, turn the other cheek. You know what I'm saying? So it cannot possibly be the same God, even though you just say the same names, I guess, you know?
And that's such a black pill because if you removed all the propaganda that's in this movie, it's still a terrible film in its own right. But when you consider not only how bad of a film it is, but also the absolutely disgusting anti-white messaging of this movie, it's absolutely an abomination.
Watching this, even if I turned
I
my
don't know if
brain
y'all
off
seen that. Carmine,
all the
what you think?
disgusting nonsense in this film, the first hour is such a drag, and then the second hour is complete chaos with no...
Convince tons of people that through films like Sinners, that they need to not only acknowledge, but atone for the sin of being white.
We're not worthy! We're not worthy! We're not worthy! We're not...
And how do you know it's a sin? Because you have to put cream on your skin to go to the beach on a nice day, right? You don't have to do that, black people. And the black people that do, you don't have to do that. You're not going to get like a big boil on your arm, you know what I'm saying? And I get that some black people do it, but I'm just saying, I was outside all day. I ain't have to do nothing, and I was good, you know?
But let's get straight into our reasoning for why we think this and not waste time. The movie starts with us in Clarksdale, Mississippi in the year 1932, and we're introduced to our protagonist, Sammy. The first scene is him.
All right. Who cares what he got to say, right? Besides this.
Hey, fellas! Yeah! Kill Whitey!
Not only is it that, now, I ain't gonna get into the movie or whatever, because then I'll probably piss y'all off more than I'm probably gonna do. But, I mean, if you pay attention, the mulatto girl thought she could connect with the white side and connect the black side, and then got turned into a vampire and came back and then turned the boy into the vampire, and then he started turning other black people into the vampire. And then in the reality, the vampire is somebody who be like, Oscar's so white, and then go to the next year's Oscars as if it matters. Like, you know, because I was young, I didn't know any better. When that movie Chicago got all of them Oscars, I knew they wasn't like, who cared? Like, they don't know nothing. If that dumbass movie, I don't ask me why I went to go, how I ended up seeing it, because I didn't went to go see it, but I ended up in it. And once I saw that, I was like, they don't know shit. Anyway.
So the Oscars got them folks mad. And I want to admit my guilty pleasure to y'all, bro. I love making them folks mad and uncomfortable. It just does.
Now, I'm not gonna lie, I do have that, and I need to stop. You know what I'm saying? I need to focus. But I just be minding my own business and saying, hey, I love black people. And they be like, did you know black people sold other black people into slavery? What about the Democrats? Like, oh, what about them? But anyway.
Something to me, man. I get a kick out of it. Sinners won 4 Oscars tonight. Best actor, Michael B. Jordan. Shout out to my boy. Best cinematography, hands down it did. Best original screenplay and best original score. We all hype right now, bro. Black people, this is, you know what I'm saying? People done threw something on the grill for this shit. And this is the thing, y'all. Black joy, you know what I'm saying? It's
Lord, a black man and got an Oscar. It's only been 6 of us in history gotten that Oscar. Lord have mercy, weave it. Matron, you might be wrong. You might be wrong. Yeah, they be terrible movies. I don't consider none of them worthy. They just be like terrible movies. Like I'm like this movie, like what the hell? And then it'd be a good ass black, but just because it's a black movie. But yo, Paul Mooney made a joke about that. Maybe I should bring it up, but I'll forget. I'll probably forget about it. But if I remember, I'll do that. But he'd be like, "Oh yeah, she was brilliant, Meryl Streep or whoever. She was brilliant." And the only way that black people get a damn Oscar is if you be like, "Yes, sir, I sure do right by you, man, sir. Yes, sir. I take care of your daughter. You is kind. You is smart. You is pretty." And then y'all stay away from me because I'd be like, you was dumb. You was mean. You was ignorant. Right? You all of those things. And then but a black person be like, "Oh yes, sir. I sure love to take care of you, sir. I just drive you up the streets, ma'am. Yes, sir, Miss. Yes, Miss Ann." And then they be like, "Oh, this was brilliant. This was brilliant." And then we be saying, "Oh, did you see Hattie McDaniels then won the Oscar, y'all? The first black person to ever win the Oscar, y'all. We done came up." And we be in the movie like, "Oh, yes, sir. I sure would like to." Or you be a brother and you got to put on a damn dress. You know what I'm saying? Anyway. I just hope y'all don't end up on this damn Epstein list trying to get acceptance anyway. Trying to get a freaking Oscar.
I don't think any other group of people can be happy as us. No matter the amount of shit we went through, bro, we gonna be happy. We gonna have some fun. And with this being the case, bro, a lot of people are mad at our joy, right? Think of the Boondocks meme, bro. They be like, "Nigga, did I catch you having fun?" They don't like to see us having fun. I'm going off topic right now, but just even to further that statement on why it's true, most of the black fatigue
By the way, walk around with a smile and feel happy and love yourself. If you want to piss them off, if you want to piss off somebody who would call you the N-word and a racist and somebody who's ever done anybody wrong to your family, walk around with a smile on your face and feel good about yourself. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't saying to do it. I'm just saying to walk around that way just to piss them off.
videos center around black joy. Carnival Cruise was the first thing that started trending. Black people was having fun on cruises, so it was, oh, they're ghetto, they don't know how to have fun. The graduations, black people were graduating from college, high school, and they throwing their caps up, having joy. It bothered them. So I see this Oscars and the center situation in the same realm. They don't like seeing us happy. Now, Michael B. Jordan is one of the main reasons why everybody is mad. In the past 96 years, only 6 black people have won an Oscar. We got Halle Berry, Denzel Washington, Forrest.
Holly had to sleep with a Holly had to let a white man pop her to get an Oscar, as he said. Then Will Smith had to smack another brother. And then y'all was like, "Oh Lord, these white folks is gonna look at us crazy. We just now getting in there and they gonna look at us crazy. You done smacked a black man hosting the Oscars? Oh Lord. They's gonna think we some thugs now. We ain't never gonna be." And then y'all was like, "Oh well, Michael B. Jordan brought us back, boy." You know. Okay, and then these Denzel Washington. Okay, shouts out to Denzel Washington. You know.
Whitaker. Will
Married
Smith.
to a black woman the whole time, you know what I'm saying, and be saying black power stuff. So shouts out to Denzel Washington.
Recently, Michael Jordan added to this list. It was rightfully earned, but a lot of people don't think so. You know, a specific type of people. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this meme funny as hell because if you know the context, you know, Spice Adams is hilarious. Former football player turned into in the movie for people. Now, I don't know the context of this tweet right here, but this one has 40,000 likes. It says, "I'm dead. This is like giving Paul Rudd an Oscar for Ant-Man." And I don't know who Paul Rudd is, but I know this is a tweet of them niggas hate. And they're just in these comments, you know, basically saying, yeah, he didn't deserve to get it. And y'all already know, man, Elon Musk, the biggest crybaby in the world, richest man in the world, still crying. Oscars have become unwatchable. Like, bruh.
As far as Neanderthal males, he might be the biggest crybaby, but y'all better watch. That dude Bill Gates is a sick fool. Like he got his own, he put his own name in the African American History Museum. And you know why I don't say African American? It's because you was an African that's been Americanized, you know what I'm saying? So Jason Whitlock is an African American, you know what I'm saying? Sheriff David Clark is an African American for real, right? An African that's been Americanized. And this fool put his name in there, but then you have, you know, Elon Musk and whatever, you know.
Shut your bitch ass up. It got over 200,000 likes. And I mean, hey, this is the same dude, y'all. Let me just tell you how corny he is. This is the same dude that said he wouldn't play GTA 5 because the first scene of the game, it had you killing police officers. Like, this nigga is such a dweeb. So he had this such moral high code of not playing a video game because you could kill.
All right. Because we are heavily immersed into the culture, aren't we? Jeez.
So you.
All right, so let's keep going, y'all. And shouts out to Matron and Karma 804 in the building. Appreciate you. But I don't know. I know Karma 804 are gonna get ready for the next year's Oscars and show up in our dress or whatever.
Winner should be disqualified from the Oscars because it is anti-white and thus anti-American. I watched it. Yeah, okay. Movie where only bad people in it is white people. All there are is just a bunch of black people. It's very.
And by the way, it is a good point. And I would say in the history of American cinematics and black people, Eddie Murphy, all of his bad characters, I don't know for sure, but like this is what I heard. And it seems to check out from everything I said so far. But all of the evil characters happen to be white, or like all the villains were white, you know, and all of the good ones. So shouts out to him, you know. And this white boy here is probably trolling or whatever, and I'm pretty sure he is, and y'all shouldn't be I shouldn't be either, so I ain't gonna say nothing.
Very attractive, especially the dude who it turned out there's two of them, and you start thinking weird thoughts to yourself, and you're like, "Is this Satan?
Yeah, I must have been on mute that whole time.
Me to do? Is this movie trying to get demons into my soul to make me think about them two identical chiseled black men making out with one another? Is that what this movie wants?"
Now, even if he's joking, you see how weird they are? Like, they are, like, this is that Greek European culture. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Make me think about them two identical chiseled black men making out with one another. Is that what this movie wants? Because if that's what this movie wants, I ain't going to give it to them.
Now, my only problem is that can black men be saved? Right? Can we be saved? Can black people be saved? I'm pushing the button if you ask me. Hell no, we probably can't. But, you know, like I said, keep hope alive. You know what I'm saying? Now, the problem with this thing is, okay, let me just keep going.
Michael B. Jordan won Best Actor at the Oscars tonight for his performance on Sinners, and I think it definitely solidifies his position up there with actors like Denzel, Will Smith, Samuel L. Jackson. But for me,
why is so many black men so damn feminine, bro? Like, oh look, and then I'm not even talking about the part where we're like, hey, these are the black people who's been recognized for by white. We are coming up. We've been recognized. You know what I'm saying? The Oscars is integrated now. It ain't so white. But you know the problem is, and we'll get back to it with the main point, but the problem is it seems to be a cycle. Every time they go to war, they need your bodies, they need you to go do this, they need to seem like some kind of hero or people to stand up for their cause. They'll be like, hey, what we've done to you and continue to do to you is wrong. Right? And if you stand up and fight for us right now, I promise. I don't know what they give us. They were like, "I'll kiss you on the forehead" or something. I don't know what they promising us, but they will go ahead and do that. You know what I'm saying? And for the slightest bit of validation, and this is what seems to be a trend, and maybe I'm wrong, but my prediction is by the time the next election, the gas will be back down again. Because it seems to be a trend, like like so often, because America is always in a war at that, but it seems to be a president in there. The gas goes up super high, and then somehow around election time, the gas goes back down again. So whenever the next election, I'm pretty sure it'll go back down to like the lowest prices to the bottom, and just like right now, it's about to go up to the peak. And that's like the same thing with whoever is the president. But that's a whole nother topic. Yo, shouts out to Raw in the building. Appreciate you coming through, Raw. But anyway, let's go back to this validation that we have finally got.
He's always been that guy. The first thing I actually saw him in was The Wire, but my parents didn't want like 5-year-old, 6-year-old me looking at 2006 titties. So I couldn't watch it. But the first movie I actually watched with him in it was Chronicle. And in that movie, he is so good, bro. He's so charismatic. He's so cool,
All right,
bro.
pull up your skirt, my
You know what I'm saying? He seems like a kind of guy you want to be around. He did such a good job.
Oh my goodness.
Shout out to Ryan Coogler. Shout out to everybody on the Sinners cast.
White people love him.
He's a beautiful.
How can I
And
achieve
good
that?
afternoon to Michael B. Jordan, and the B stands for Best Actor in a Leading Role. Yeah. When I tell you the scream that I scrummed, the sound that came out of my body when they said Michael B. Jordan was insane, because I was starting to get nervous that he wasn't going to win, and not because I don't think he deserves it, obviously, but because Sinners was being snubbed all fucking night. Like,
Well, why does it freaking matter? They said Chicago was a good movie. They gave it all of these awards. Once I see what you call good, I don't give a damn what else you award. Like, who cares? We do, obviously. Why though? Why do we care what other people think?
justice for Wumi Masako, justice for Delroy Lindo,
Can
justice
we
for
be saved?
quite frankly, every
Probably
single
not.
thing that Sinners was nominated for.
In comparison,
This little mind map.
All right, I don't know.
Out to announce Best Actor at the 98th Academy Awards. He opened
Lord
the
have
gate
mercy, we
with
done made it, y'all.
Michael B.
We didn't solve 600 years of a Neanderthal species because this brother done won. The Oscars is integrated now.
Jordan stood up, turned to his mother sitting next to him, hugged her, and walked up to that stage to collect the first Oscar of his career. First nomination, first win, and one of the most stacked Best Actor categories in years. There were many emotional reactions to Michael and Sinners winning. We will break this all down. Let's get into
it, but I deserve this win all day. I'm sorry, Timothy, that your big mouth.
Y'all see this now, y'all? Like they didn't accept this. They didn't let Michael go down to the drinking hole, y'all. He can works for himself. I guess y'all would look at me. Oh, who is this nigga? Who is this N-word on this nag? No, I'm not saying that. I am not saying that at all. But what I am saying is, of course, our stuff is better than theirs. You know what I'm saying? What the hell is wrong with us? Who cares what they say? They think Chicago is good. All right. But it's in a time when people need you to be they damn slave and a servant and fulfill the position that you're supposed to fulfill. And then you buck up a little bit. It's just like anything in a relation. You chase something and it runs from you. You stop chasing it and then you get it. Yeah, scraps to shut us up and we shut up. And that's the problem. But like, yo, I'm gonna be real. Like I seen like black men who be on these jobs, right, and get fired after working the whole day, and then they replace them with like Mexican workers. It's true. Like I've seen it. Like this is what I've experienced. I can't speak for anybody else and what they've experienced. And we have issues within our community like we need, because of course they're not gonna, like, we get mad about them not teaching black history, but the black history that I teach us, like, what are they teaching us in the first place? We get Martin Luther King on Black History Month, right? We didn't hear about Malcolm X. We don't see no damn Malcolm X speech in none of their books. You hear about all the Negroes who be like, look, if we can get our Oscars so white. And they be like, hey, look, this was a person who fought for black people, but fought for what? To be a part of their system or to have our own stuff so we don't have to depend on nobody. Because as long as we depend on them, they're going to have a system set up to where the people at the top keep all of the resources, and then the dumb white poor ones is going to believe that all I have to do is be better than a Negro and I'm good. And meanwhile, we sitting here struggling and be like, well, they recognize Juneteenth, right? Oscars ain't white no more. I can join their damn military now.
Ruined it, but I was waiting for Michael B. Jordan to win this, and he's still speaking. Oh my gosh, he deserved this all day. Wow.
And the Oscar goes to...
I'm sorry, I'm crying right now. I'm gonna go get my tissue. Yeah, I'm crying.
Oh my God, I want to cry. I'm about to cry. Oh.
Yeah, we doomed, y'all.
He collected his things. Michael Bakari Jordan collected his things as he should. Exactly.
Not a person who, this person has secured a contract with the state who have secured like black schools for black children, or this person who has secured clean water for black people, right? But this brother has integrated the Oscars.
The Oscar goes to Michael B.
No way. And like this doesn't tell you how sick the whole system is, that you're this shocked, right? This is a monumentous moment. Doesn't tell you how crazy it is. I guess.
Thank you, because you guys made this movie what it is. I love you. I love you. I love you.
Thank you. I've already dedicated myself to.
Well, yeah. So he practiced Martin Luther King way. Somebody disabled Neanderthal shot at the N-word, and he did what he had to do. I guess he had to be humiliated to get in there. And see, now that the Oscars is not so integrated, you know what? All I wanted was just a little bit of acceptance to give up my blackness and to fight for you. You know what I'm saying? And see, every time they give you these, because these trinkets and these things don't just come out of nowhere. They don't even do it because, right? They do it because they need you to work for them. And you like, hey, well, all I need is a little bit of validation. And now I will get back to defending America.
Black people that have enlisted in the military? Well, let's just see. Race and bias and harassment in daily service is what he can expect. Loves America. Take a look. Actually thinks the exact opposite. And he's saying that Black people need to just stop trashing America and he will defend America. He loves America. Take a look.
Hey, I don't know who need to hear this. You know what I'm saying? I see a lot of people be talking about America. Hey, if you don't like America, go to another country. I love this country. I'll protect this.
Indoctrination Act.
Haven't you heard the Oscars ain't all white no more? Oscars ain't so white no more. I love this country. I love this place. I would defend it with my honor. And Cassidra called it. She said you gonna see Negroes twerking, literally twerking, to go fight to maintain American control. But the problem is, and this is why what might piss some of y'all off, is when you come to me and say lesser of two evils, you don't realize you're fighting to save democracy, just like that black soldier right there. Right? Because that black doll test, we failed the black doll test, right? But we also failing the damn black people test because white validation seems to be greater than the love for self. Imagine if we had black fighters twerking to go save black people. And I care which group of black people you identify with, but your group of black people. I'll I'll put it up like, hey, I'll be like, shit, that's what's up. Right? I'll do whatever that y'all be doing to celebrate. I'll cry just like they did. Like I'll be screaming like ah, like yo, black people is doing. I can't believe it. I'll be crying just like they was for this Oscar.
It's America. Take a look.
Hey, I don't know who need to hear this. You know what I'm saying? I see a lot of people be talking about America. Hey, if you don't like America, go to another country. I love this country. I'll protect this.
Now, do you see what you I want you to see, right? What you have fought to be a part of, right? What you have fought to be a part of. The acceptance that you want so badly. You know what I'm saying?
Black people only have 0.3% Neanderthal DNA.
False. So you have zero white girl.
Every other
White
race
bitch,
on
I'm
the
sorry.
planet has 1 to 2%, and black people have 0.3. So in reality, black people are more human than any other race on this planet. These white supremacists going around saying that they're the peak human. No, sweetheart. Genetically, black people are the superior humans.
Now, it's this humanity though that seems to be in the damn way. It seems to be an issue because y'all gonna argue with me and like I get ostracized, you know what I'm saying? Of course they I expect them to like blacklist this channel or whatever. I could be like, hey, yes, sir, I shows happy. Michael B. Jordan and won the Oscar, y'all, and well, Oscars ain't so white now, y'all. We can tune in. And see, I wish I was wrong. Y'all tell me if I'm wrong, but y'all be hella quiet if I am wrong. Or maybe it'd be fake, you know what I'm saying? But I think more people be listening than what it says. But you correct me, because I hope that I'm wrong so I can get off of here right now, go play the video game, go watch some sports, you know what I'm saying? And live my life, you know what I'm saying? I'm still find a sister. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna still be with the sister that I'm talking to, right? And I'll always be with a sister, but still, you know.
Did you know that black people only have 0.3% Neanderthal DNA? Every other race on the planet has 1 to 2%, and black people have 0.3. So in reality, black people are more human than any other race on this planet.
Now you don't have no Neanderthal in you, but I will say they have raped us so much that it changed our DNA. It's sick. Now I want you to see this, right? Because I want you to see the difference here, right? Because it's not new. Like, and this is the thing. No matter how far back you go, you see that it's probably their DNA. You know what I'm saying? I get it. They integrated when they are at war, but they're always at war. You know what I'm saying? When they need your bodies on the front line, when they need you to stand up for the minorities, they need you. We're gonna give you Juneteenth. We ain't gonna give you no money though. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna give you Juneteenth. We gonna celebrate, do something at the White House with Martin Luther King. You know, we ain't gonna give you like no money for schools or hospitals or nothing like that though. Our compassion and humanity are weaponized against us. It's the Neanderthal in them that compels them to eat us, grape us, and put us in chattel slavery. Perpetually is the only thing I would add to that statement about matron. Perpetually, and perpetual means forever. And look, as far as you can go back, I want you to see this: how early humans actually died.
Beast and all that superstitious stuff. So they helped keep him alive, but then buried him weird without the respect he deserved when he died anyway. The whole thing is just slow and painful from start to finish. A lion bites your head, you live, everyone thinks you're a demon or something, and you die. People in a cave there. And when I say butchered, I mean that they use
You won't be disappointed.
The comments, we are talking about many different. I can't say the same for the folks at Grandolina in Spain. One note for the comments, we are talking about many different species of early humans here. 800,000 years.
Now, do you peep that? First of all, it's different species of humans. Right? They try to gloss over that stuff. You know what I'm saying? The same way they could be like, oh, well, women can be men or men can be women. Oh, there's different type of species, but then that's all. There's only one race, the human race. Humans are a species, right? There's different types of humans. Some of them have been confined to caves and have savage natures where they, as Matron said, will go around graping and eating each other and us. Because look at this, Matron. I'm glad you said that because this ain't nothing new. This is like, according to them, 800,000 years ago with their early stuff before they evolved, well, devolved or whatever into the Neanderthals that they are. So you spoke about eating them. This is history here.
Someone butchered and ate at least 6 people in a cave there. And when I say butchered, I mean that they used
You
the
won't be
exact
disappointed
same
in these
technique
steaks,
that
man.
you use on a deer. Stone tools to cut away the meat, smash the bones to get the marrow out, and crack open the skulls for the brain. The whole process. Also, one quick note, we are talking about multiple different types of humans in this video, so that's why we're referencing deaths that happened 800,000 years ago. Those are our ancestors, they're not our direct species, but just wanted to make that clear. Anyways, they found cut marks all over the bones, on the jaw where you would cut out the tongue, around the skull base where you would remove the cheek muscles. The long bones were split lengthwise from marrow. Some vertebrae were chopped apart, and all of these human bones were just.
What is this, the Epstein list or something? You see why I don't talk about the Epstein list? This is 800,000 years ago. They put pedophiles on the side of a mountain and y'all surprised about the Epstein list? Like, what the hell happened? What the. Well, I guess y'all do deny that slavery happened at this point because we got an Oscar, y'all. The Oscars is integrated. It's not so white anymore. But they also at war, so I don't know if that counts.
Mixed in animal bones that had that same damage. Deer, horses, and people, all treated exactly the same way. Several of the victims,
Deer, horses, and people.
children and teenagers whose
Oh, I'm
bones
sorry, y'all. I'm gonna stop talking over it so y'all can hear the primitive Neanderthal. A primitive Neanderthal. That's funny.
are direct species, but just wanted to make that clear. Anyways, they found cut marks all over the bones, on the jaw where you would cut out the tongue, around the skull base where you would remove the cheek muscles. The long bones were split lengthwise from marrow. Some vertebrae were chopped apart, and all of these human bones were just mixed in with animal bones that had that same damage. Deer, horses, and people, all treated exactly the same way. Several of the victims were kids. They were children and teenagers whose bones show someone carefully filleting the meat off, then cracking them open for the good stuff inside. There is no way to sugarcoat this. They ate children.
Now, who does that sound like? Who does that sound like? This is 800,000 years ago. Ain't enough love in the world, y'all. Ain't enough love in the world. Ain't enough Oscars in the world. This is literally 800,000 years ago. And this is the Epstein list here. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy, is it not? Who is this? Ellen DeGeneres they talking about who chopped up the kids and ate them? Like that some shit.
Why did they do it? Well, maybe they were starving. Maybe it was a rival group they killed and decided not
Why
to.
did they do it?
Maybe they just thought human meat was their favorite.
By the way, they talked about black people in this video, and you know what most of our killings were? We fought over stuff. Like people fought over like rivers, and they just hit somebody on the head and left their bodies there. They cut up each other and ate them. 800,000. That's before they was in the goddamn caves. So I can't even blame the caves no more. This was they pre-ancestors. What the hell? He said, I told y'all they ate children, usually the males, because the male represents competition. And they ate the penis at that first. Like, I'm not just saying, well, they ate all of they ate the penis first because it represents to them like it's weird culture. Like that Greek culture, that wasn't the beginning. That was just some weird ass stuff that they still doing to this very day. They put pedophiles on the side of a mountain, and y'all like, oh, well, what about the Epstein list? I just hope you Negroes don't end up on there trying to get a damn Oscar. That's all I can say. And y'all gonna end up on there as the damn. I'm not. I'm gonna be. This is. We're gonna say the children that's listening. I'm gonna be quiet.
Thing to eat. We can't know for sure, but we can tell it wasn't some weird accident. This was food prep. This was something they did. The species doing this was Homo ancestor, probably an ancestor of the Neanderthals. And this is the oldest clear evidence of cannibalism we've ever found, which means humans have been.
And the last one we found is like last week. That's crazy, right? 800,000 years of this, and enough love and Jesus in the world. And the pastor talking about some, oh yeah, we not made in that image, and we damn sure don't pray to the same God because they pray for nationalism and we pray for love, loving everybody specifically,
Eating each other
except for ourselves, of course.
years. That's not a fun fact to carry around, but there it is. Someone looked at a child's body and saw dinner, and then spent time.
Oh, what a surprise!
Angelina's basically a prehistoric crime scene where the crime was cooking your neighbors. That was only 6 people, though. Now let's multiply that by about.
Now the crimes in Africa, somebody was fighting over water in the river or land or something. They hit each other in the head and somebody died and they left the body there, right? Or they might have threw a spear or something and killed somebody, right? These was our ancestors. This is what they did. They fought over stuff, right? We fight over stuff. Now we fight over Oscars. But before we fought over stuff, all right? But one thing that they did not do was chop each other up and eat each other. It's different species here, is what I'm trying to tell you. If you can't just look at Kelly Clarkson and Kelly Rowland and tell the difference, then you can look here and see the difference.
200. Welcome to Herrexium in Germany, where they found over 1,000 butchered bodies from about 7,000.
Now, this is Germany. I'm sorry. This is in Germany. All right. Now, this is not Hitler here. All right. It's not George Washington either. All right. This is some dude hundreds of thousands of years ago.
Grandolina's basically a prehistoric crime scene where the crime was cooking your neighbors. That was only 6 people, though. Now let's multiply that by about 200. Welcome to Herrexium in Germany, where they found over 1,000 butchered bodies from about 7,000 years ago. That is not a typo in my script. 1,000 people. This was during the Neolithic, so farming was happening and villages were a thing. Herrexium was apparently a ritual site where people came from hundreds of miles away, except instead of a nice harvest festival or whatever, it turned into a mass killing and eating event.
It sounds like a lynching, don't it? It sounds awful like a damn lynching, does it not? This might be they freaking DNA. No matter, I could get 20 Oscars or whatever the Oscars is for since I got my new scriptures. You know what I'm saying? They could give me the new scriptures, and none of that will change the 800,000 years of cannibalism and lynching that they do, where they come together as a group of people and watch a killing, a murder. This is European
1,000
status here. This
This
is
was during the Neolithic, so farming was
this is the Neanderthals' ancestors, right? they developed, I ain't gonna say evolved, they developed into Neanderthals that they are today. But this is the ancestors, y'all. Before, I don't know if they was trapped in caves or what the hell the issue was, you know?
Happening in villages were a thing. Her Exim was apparently a ritual site where people came from hundreds of miles away. Except instead of a nice harvest festival or whatever, it turned into a mass killing and eating event that went on for years. The bones tell the whole story. Skulls were scalped and split open. Jaws were ripped off so that you could get the tongue out easier. And long bones were smashed for marrow. There were burn marks where they roasted the meat, and all of it was just dumped into pits around the settlement mixed with broken pottery.
Now, let me translate that for you. They hung a black man on a tree, lit it on fire, dipped his body in and out the fire for hours, then shot the corpse up, then chopped his body up and fought over who was going to get the damn genitalia and the tongue and all of that stuff and the fingers and the eyeballs and sold some of that stuff in grocery stores, right? But this was only them doing it to each other before any of that.
And animal bones. There was no respect. There was no burial. It was just trash. Every type of person is in there. Men, women, kids, even babies, which rules out the only eating enemy warriors theory. They were eating everybody. Some researchers
They didn't
think
ask
it
why
was
the
an
babies.
emotional thing. Maybe they were trying to please some god or mark the end of their culture. Others think it was just a really dark way to celebrate something. Either way,
It was what they had to do to become America. So it was an American. It was a ritual to create America.
over 1,000 people got killed and cooked. The scale of it is what makes it extra horrifying. This wasn't one bad winter where a family starved and made a terrible choice. This was
Hundreds of
organized,
years.
repeated, and maybe even scheduled. People showed up, got killed, got butchered, and the next group arrived. The bones suggest this happened over and over across several years. One pit alone had hundreds of people in it. Imagine the logistics of that.
Oh, mass grave. Oh yeah, then throw their body into a mass grave. Sounds pretty
Amount of
familiar
killing
to me.
exposing that you would have to do. Someone was in charge of this whole operation, which means that someone stood there directing traffic where people got their skulls split open. Wrexham wasn't murder.
All right. So I'm not gonna play this whole thing, and y'all can keep watching because they did talk about black people and our ancestors and how they disputes was just pretty regular. You know what I'm saying? It was like, yo, you messing with my girl. You know what I'm saying? You stepped on my shoe. And that day you drunk out my lake, boy. Well, we didn't say boy, but you drunk out my lake, son. You know what I'm saying, partner, brother. All right, yo, it's war. And then we just fought, and then that was it. You know what I'm saying? We didn't eat each other and all that type of stuff, you know? But anyway, modern day Neanderthals, this is what they developed into. Let's be careful about our
People to
words.
eat the sculpture. I just thought it would be nice for them to see it, but then people
Hold on,
just started
let me
licking it.
restart it. Let's see the developed Neanderthal today.
Never expected people to eat the sculpture. I just thought it would be nice for them to see it, but then people just started licking it. And I was like, what are you doing? You don't know who's licking.
I love an artist who has common sense.
Oh. All right, so it probably ain't gonna play, but y'all seen that. They just sitting there licking the damn statue.
Always amazes me the ruthlessness that people have towards art. And people are just so weird when it comes to statues.
Now, Negroes is weird because, like, what the hell? We don't understand anything. Oh, damn, my computer freezing, I think. I don't know if y'all can still even hear me. Yo, let me know if y'all can still hear me.
I love an artist who has common sense. I really do.
Never expected people to eat the sculpture. I just thought it would be nice for them to see it, but then people just started licking it. And I was like, what are you doing? You don't know who's licking.
I love an artist who has common sense.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Major.
They want to be us, but they don't like.
Oh, damn. See, it was always two.
They wish that they had the ability to create or invent. They wish that they had the ability to wear a variety of hairstyles. They wish that they had the ability to dance. They wish that they had original fashion. They wish that their style was memorable. They wish that they were able to turn heads.
All right, I'm sorry, y'all. And no disrespect to
All right. So anyway, you guys tell me what you think about this in the comment section. It's Afro Think Tank.
I listen to everybody else, so.
All right, racists, let's talk. I'm just going to come out and say it. A majority of white people wish that they were black. They wish that they had the ability to create or invent. They wish that they had the ability to wear a variety of hairstyles. They wish that they had the ability to dance. They wish that they had original fashion. They wish that their style was memorable. They wish that they were able to turn heads in public. They wish that they could spend more than 2 hours in the sun. They wish to be desired. They wish that they could smell as good as black people. They wish that they were as superior as black people. They wish that they were as athletic as black people. Even wish that they were indigenous and could be gifted an entire planet from the Most High. They wish that they could excel at music and the arts. They wish that they could be scholars like black people. They wish that they were as intelligent as black people. They wish that they could even cook like black people. They even wish that they could look as cool as black people do in their cars, which explains why they have the windows rolled down at all fucking times. And the real big one, they really wish that they could age as gracefully as black people do.
By the way, I think it's something always higher and something always lower.
See you later.
I hate when white people get their stuff from black people and don't admit it. What's so hard admitting that you got something from someone? Like, and they get so defensive about it. Like, oh, I'm not trying to be black. I'm not trying to be like. Well, first of all, no one said that. Secondly, it kind of looks
Now,
like
why is so many black males so damn feminine now? What the fuck? What the hell? I'm sorry. Is it because all of this stuff that I was saying before, right? About like this black masculinity, it definitely can't. Black femininity can't even be like upheld, right? Because black femininity is something in itself, you know what I'm saying? That can't be a word, can't be used to describe it, right? That in the limited English language that I have, you know what I'm saying? And neither can black masculinity because they need your handpots in the damn dress, right? So you can get a damn Oscar, so you can feel appreciated and loved. You know what I'm saying? I can't, you know what? I'm skipping this one because I just pissed myself off with this, you know. We're going to go to the next part, y'all, because I'm going to hurry up and finish.
People across the state marked Juneteenth yesterday, but Tennessee does not recognize that day as a holiday.
Oscars is not white anymore, y'all. They got it. They recognizing Juneteenth. They're going to do a Juneteenth celebration next year at the Oscars.
Across the state marked Juneteenth yesterday, but Tennessee does not recognize that day as a holiday. The state constitution also still allows slavery to be a legal punishment for crime. A state lawmaker wants people to pass an amendment this November. It would remove that 150-year-old policy from the Constitution.
My goal is that people will be aware of the exception and that they will vote to make sure that it does not exist in our Constitution. It says a lot for us.
Get out there. Is you going to vote blue no matter who? Probably not. I'm not. I'm going to tell you right now. Maybe I should have voted for Obama the first time just for the culture, but I didn't. Right? Now, the second time, hell no. Right? Because I don't want no Oscar. How about you give the money for the production studio or something? You know what I'm saying? Like, or the equivalent to that. Right? No. How about not? I don't care. And the problem is that we see ourselves as saving democracy. That soldier, you might look at him as like, oh, you tripping. But when you come on here and tell me lesser of two evils, that's what I hear. Right? And then you wonder why I say what I say. Right? Because we are doomed. You're telling me that, like, when you say that, all you're trying to tell me is that the Oscars can be integrated, bro. We can say we have to make sure the Oscars is saved, right? You know what I'm saying? They can have Chicago. You wait next time, and we're gonna get Sinners next time for an Oscar. Right? And you don't realize that you're telling me the same damn thing. You don't even know that. Right? And you'd be like, well, It's lesser of two evils. And you're saying Oscars is integrated now. That's what you're telling me. Well, you're saying Oscars is so white, but they're going to give us an Oscar eventually. But I don't want no freaking Oscar. Don't you understand that part? I don't even want the Oscar. I don't want to save democracy. Don't want to save no whatever.
To make sure that it does not exist in our Constitution. It says a lot for us as a state. We know that we have a dark history of slavery, but it says a lot for us as a state to enshrine this in our Constitution that it will never happen again.
So far, that resolution approved twice by the
And they was like, hell no, because it's perpetual. It means forever N-word. Now, speaking of this state here is Denisovan. This is another type of human, right? Now, if you look it up, I think it's three types, right? You have a human, Homo sapiens, right? And I'm not even gonna say it's an advantage no more because why you gotta love everything and everybody? What the hell is going on? Like, didn't you hear what this dude said? You know what I'm saying? Didn't you hear this?
Because everybody's not welcome to our church. There's certain elements.
Everybody's not welcome.
I make a joke sometimes, but it's joke.
It's not a joke.
A real fact. The image always showed Jesus Christ with arms outstretched, wide out, you know, like everybody. But the reality, Jesus Christ is not wide arms. His arms are, what he said, the path was straight and narrow. And so.
And by the way, just if anybody get confused about my new scriptures, I have come only for black people. I have. So don't let nobody in 2,000 years, we're going to pass the word down to make sure that they know that I have only come for my people. Right? Nobody else. I have not come for a Neanderthal. I have not come for a Denisovan. But the question
reason I was asking was when I was asking if a black man can be saved, you would just reference that they could just be blessed. So as one,
I just don't know.
I just don't know if we could be saved. We might be doomed, y'all. Because
as far as our founding fathers and those that owned slavery, it is important not to dilute history. We need to understand and know what that is so that we don't.
It's important for us not to dilute history. Now we know 800,000 years ago they was eating each other and practicing this Epstein culture, right? We know this. Their ancestors, right? Because we know that they haven't developed. This is when they was like, I'm not gonna say monkeys, you know what I'm saying? Because monkeys don't Epstein their own children and stuff like that, and eat their own babies and shoot up a school full of monkeys. So I'm not gonna say monkeys, but the evolved Neanderthal, and monkeys can go outside, you know what I'm saying? So
as far as our founding fathers and those that owned slavery, it is important not to dilute history. We need to understand and know what that is so that we don't repeat
only thing we
those
can
mistakes.
save is us. It's facts. The only thing we can save is us.
As far as our founding fathers and those that owned slavery, it is important not to dilute history. We need to understand and know what that is so that we don't repeat those mistakes. But the Bible also says that we will be judged in the time of our culture. And at that time, it was a common practice. Not saying that's right or wrong. The Bible actually does instruct those who do own slaves on how to treat them and to treat them fairly and kindly. But
now this Denisovan, this wannabe Neanderthal, sitting there talking about, oh, the Bible says this. All right, but I'm telling you, in the new scriptures, I have only come from my people. All right, I'm only interested in the saving my people. All right. Yeah. And he said they had rules. I don't know, Raw.
our founding fathers definitely believe that all men were created equal, and it was those beliefs that moved us from the position of slavery to where we are today. So this particular legislation does not advocate to teach those things. I think we have many other pieces of civic education that likely does include that, but this intention for this legislation is for that to not necessarily be included.
It is nearly unconscionable to believe that you just articulated the theological vision of enslavers in this capital in the year 2026 as though it was okay. Because here's your problem. The Bible, which was written in many different iterations, but was articulated
They
at a time
probably not
thousands
from.
of
I
years
agree,
ago,
bro.
was
They're
used
not
as
from this
justification
planet.
for enslavement that happened thousands of years later, 400 years ago.
The problem is though, Negroes is always sitting here explaining, doing all this explaining. Why? Why? All this explaining, all this celebration if you get recognized. Why? Don't get it. You just want why? I do get the part of being dehumanized for hundreds of years, right? So let's not leave that context out of it of being dehumanized for hundreds of years. But this is something else. This is something else. Like we have to do this explaining. I am not an ape, right? To a thing that's not even an ape. It's crazy. Like Ross says, that could be from not even from here.
Articulated the
That's why they can't go on the
theological
sun.
vision of enslavers in this capital in the year 2026 as though it was okay. Because here's your problem. The Bible, which was written in many different iterations, but is articulating a time of thousands of years ago, was used as justification for enslavement that happened thousands of years later, 400 years ago in our country. And so even if you're trying to articulate, as you are incorrectly, that the Bible was somehow giving permission to slavery, that would have been in the era in which it was happening. It wouldn't be used as a theological justification just 400 years ago in our nation's history. But what is worse,
brother, speak. Now let me translate for y'all. Hey, yes, sir. Excuse me, sir. I'd like to be recognized, sir. Please, sir. Please. Well, I guess you're talking to the overseer, so I'm wrong. I'm wrong. I'm not translating it correctly. Because you're talking to the model minority here, not to the massa. You're. I don't know.
But what you just said is not how you are saying it, and that was wrong or immoral. There is no question that slavery was immoral. And you shouldn't need a Bible to know that.
That's a little bit.
There were always people who were antithetical to the antebellum South's iteration of chattel slavery. The people who were enslaved, who were kidnapped from the continent of Africa.
Correction, some of the people who have been enslaved, some of us don't recognize it, and some of us are happy about it. Some of us say, thank God for slavery because I'd be in Africa worshiping the tree. Right? Okay.
Who were antithetical to the antebellum South's iteration of chattel slavery. The people who were enslaved, who were kidnapped from the continent of Africa and brought here against their will. And I am a Christian, and I am a 7th-generation Tennessean.
Wait, hold on. It says same kind of Christian as the Christian national as this um as this idiot here talking about some Oscars and stuff. All right, talking about how it's against the white Christian.
Absolutely an abomination. Watching this, even if I turned my brain off.
The same as this one, the same as the Christian as this one. Okay, fair enough.
Against their will. And I am a Christian, and I am a 7th-generation Tennessean. I have read the Bible from front to back, and the stories about love, about who Christ is.
And by the way, when you read mine from front to back, just remember, I said that I'm only for my people, and don't let them twist my words.
Is about loving thy neighbor and loving God is what we are told to profess. So anyone who misused the Bible to enslave people, misused the Bible to keep people in bondage, they were wrong then as you are wrong now. I refuse to support this legislation because the lens by which you are viewing the world is toxic, is damning, is wrong, and is immoral. And you, my fellow colleagues, should do much more work in understanding the history of this country and understanding the history of enslavement and the consequences that it continues to wreak and the barriers it continues to create in this state and around the country. No one should ever be able to use Christianity as justification for the enslavement of people.
Everybody can use it as the justice. Never mind. I'm not gonna go down
Especially not someone who has the audacity to call them.
Because I can also say the same about Islam and whatever, any Buddhism for that damn matter, or a Democrat or a Republican or anything but blackness. Blackness is the only religion that we will not accept. Because, and don't give me that love everybody stuff. Hell no. Hell no. That's no. it ain't no love, everybody. It's self-hatred because you failed the black people test is why. Yeah, so shut her down. So speaking of that, since and you know who was the first to end um we gave them the BET Awards, so to speak. Since BET Awards is the white thing now, so whatever the hell we control, goddamn, I don't know what we control, probably nothing. But this is the award we giving them. We ain't giving them no awards. We giving them actual tangible stuff, right? And what are they giving you in return? Now, black people is mad about this.
Howard University. Classes in let's take a seat and get a little history lesson courtesy of BTS and a little controversy online. So BTS, they're back together. They're going on tour this summer and they have a new album dropping on March 20th. Here's where things get interesting. In a trailer for this new album, it's an animated trailer, right? They post is an HBCU. Comments, of course, came quickly on.
Now, Howard University is named after this white Union racist redneck dude named Otis Howard, who was a general in the Union Army. And he went around getting black people, like with the Freedmen's Bureau, to sign slave contracts, right? And they named this institution after him, just to say this particular institution here. And that's who Howard is named after. He went around getting black people to sign those sharecropping contracts, which basically was like they go back to work for their slave owner, and then the slave owner paid them in money that only the slave owner accepted at whatever they decided to sell them, right? And they couldn't sell the goods and all that stuff. And then if a black person was poor, it's called peonage. This was a law that they broke. Even Europeans outlaw peonage, which is being or locked up for having a debt. But they would turn around and then lock black people up if they had a debt or if they were homeless, right? They had laws that would lock black people up. This is after slavery to whatever, to lock black people up if they were homeless. And then if the black people who got locked up, they would not only send them back to the plantation or the owner before them, then they will also say, well, now your children are orphans, so they also have to go back to the same plantation that they were just at. You know what I'm saying? And fools like this dude, Otis Howard, went around getting black people, tricking black people into signing sharecropping contracts. And then they named this HBCU after him, this particular one.
You only see two black faces. And this is where it gets interesting because, of course, Howard is an HBCU. Comments, of course, came quickly online. One Reddit user posted, so BTS decided to whitewash Howard University in their trailer? Yeah, I'm done. But someone else sees this video as a concept that...
All right, let me see. Now, I don't know what they're talking about, but the point is, why the hell?
About this
Now, some brothers is going to be like, oh, we ain't going to. Of course, they're going to let everybody else in. Well, everybody else is going to disrespect and pee on your stuff.
That had to flee Japan because they robbed a bank. So they fled to
I don't know.
Vancouver. And they were all sons of...
This is a good
Hi,
one.
cities. How are you doing? Welcome.
With them, but was caused by their racism. It's the pick-me-goism. This is for the white gays. It's erasing Black history, Asian history.
All right, we don't need
no.
Now, can you tell the difference between this and this? There's different types of humans, and then the other ones are a mix of the different types of species, right? Which is a whole conversation about the mulatto, which I'm willing to have, you know what I'm saying? Shouts out to Dr. John Henry Clark, you know what I'm saying? I understand why it's stressful, but it's not that stressful for me. So
Black students when they wouldn't have been there at all.
It's so dense. We all know why that BTS trailer for their new album was so offensive. Our university is a historically Black college in Washington, D.C. And guess what? All the schools in Washington, D.C. were segregated until the 1950s. Visuals with a whitewashed version of Howard University in 1896 is absolutely
All right. Let me hurry up, right? And I'm not gonna talk about this, but yo, this is interesting because I'm interested, especially my brother Bakari. What do you have? What I have to say?
And insinuating you get more money. So Ryan stopped basically taking a dig at crime, much like Martin
Now, is Deion Sanders about to
Jordan
get a
Steele
wake
the
up
other
call
day
after
took a
all
dig
this
at
time?
Colorado by flashing his Rolex and insinuating you get more money elsewhere.
At
So
HBCUs.
Ryan Staub attacked the entire format of what Deion Sanders has built. Now, according to Deion Sanders and Shador Sanders fan club, they told me the attack to fall back. You're doing too much. So what I'm going to
So anyway, I'm gonna just play this one because I'm not gonna get into that one
Today's
right now.
story is something nobody expected.
I'm just interested in what my brother had to say about this.
So here's what went down. Shiloh Sanders recently made a surprise appearance at his former school, Jackson State University. But this wasn't just a casual visit. He showed up as a special guest for the PR.
All right. So speaking of that, because you let them into your campuses, you let them into your stuff. You like, well, we got Oscars and stuff. You know, I know this is getting dragged out, but you know me, I go too far with it. So prove me wrong. So
You are blind. You are not blind. You are just being wicked. Let's get into this video.
BTS did not just reference history, they walked into Black American history and got a key part of it wrong. So let's get this straight. Their Arirang animation trailer was inspired by a real story. In 1896, 7 Korean students were connected to Howard University, and later, early recordings of Arirang were made in Washington, D.C., so that part is very real. But what is also very real is what Howard University actually represents. Howard was founded in 1867, right after the Civil War.
all right, so we don't have to go on this spill, right? The point is though, you let everybody into your stuff, right? Everybody excludes you from their stuff. But you let everybody into your stuff and then to capitalize on your stuff. And all we want is validation and recognition from anybody else, right? Just to be like, hey, integrate the damn Oscars, right? I don't care that you like the dumbass movie Chicago. Right? I don't care if you give that all them awards. Just include me, right? Instead of saying, hey, that's a dumbass movie. Why would I care what you think at all? You know what I'm saying? And then the things that you get, right? The things that you get, right?
A gap in history, and I'm trying to understand where were the Asian and Hispanic kids during the segregation era, like when it was
Man,
white.
you know what? I'm not gonna go. I'll save this one for next time because this
Things
fool
like
here.
that story's not.
I want you to see this.
It's
Right? You go to their institutions now and they teach you some bullshit.
Colors only.
Hi, political science major here. They were here.
Oh,
There
so not
is
history
no gap.
major.
What you might be experiencing or might think is a gap is probably the lack of the vocalization of the stories or the stories not.
Now he goes on and on talking about black and brown. Now this false black and brown. You know why you never heard of why they were there? Because he never names one event. He never names one time or they
all
helped you.
throughout textbooks,
Out
but
of
someone
all
went
of the
to college
10
for this,
minutes he was talking,
right
he
there.
ain't named one time where they helped you.
History books as well, to be fair to our government. Okay, I'm going to try to use 3 things to try to layer out why.
No, just give me the straight up example
like
of
that
it
story's
happening.
not being told.
I you know what, we're gonna go on to the next one because that's something that we have to do later, right now. But what they do is exploit your culture, exploit you, and everybody that we allow into our circles, right? Trying to seek this validation, and they use it just to exploit us. You know what I'm saying?
Where are the black people who grew up in Chinatown? Please, black people, I need us to share this video so that it could go around till one of them pop. Where are the black people?
To tell me black people are still in their culture. I also told you how I act. You will hear it. Let's get into this video.
Where are the black people who grew up in Chinatown? Please, black people, I need us to share this video so that it could go around till one of them pops up.
Why don't black people grow up in Chinatown? Well, because of this. Because we the only ones, this only species that talk about love. Everybody else, why didn't we grow up in there?
To think you got to be a Klan member to come to our church, and we're a church. You know, now we do we don't have a sign everybody welcome, because everybody's not welcome to our church. There's a certain element of people that just
Because
aren't welcome.
everybody's
I make
not
a joke
welcome.
sometimes.
Because everybody's not welcome. That's why you don't see black people in no damn Chinatown, right? Because we could talk about this. Let's talk about it
I'm
right
curious.
now.
I just want to see one of them, because at any given moment, there's at least 50,000 to 100,000 Asians who grew up around black people who have a black scent. But for some reason, there never seems to be a black
Sure
person
do.
who grew up around Asian people
Now you didn't integrate and accepted them, but they don't
who
accept
goes
you.
around talking, oh, dim sum, oh, me love you long time. Like, where the fuck are the black people who grew up? Because if I became rich today, I swear to God, I will find black people that are good with
All
it.
right. Anyway, you know what? I'm gonna do it. All right, right. Just so before we get out of here.
Easy to become a podcast.
Oh, excuse me. But before we get out of here, see, when we talk about this unity,
Vanguard also
we try
loves
to unify with everybody but ourselves. You know what I'm saying? And everybody understands how the world works. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is going to make sure that they eat first. So when another black person comes to me and sit there and tell me lesser of two evils and they gonna be doing this and that, I know that we are hurting, but we have to put it on the back burner, right? All I hear is you just like, "Hey, we won an Oscar now. We sure did good." And you don't think that that's just as bad as being like, "Oh, I so love you, Trump." You don't think so. You think that there is a lesser of two evils. When in fact, that's probably the very thing that makes it the greater of two evils, is because the devil has convinced you that he does not exist. Right now, I don't believe in it doesn't exist, but a Neanderthal sure does. You know what I'm saying? That these fools do. I know that for sure.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Yeah, I'm on Crenshaw and Stocker. You got the Mexicans set up tacos right over here. See, when all the black people setting up barbecue joints up and down Crenshaw and all the other stuff, they was harassing all the black people that was setting up barbecue joints over here and shit. But they allowed the Mexicans set up freely up and down our community. This part of a racial that's going on in our community and stuff. And we definitely need to fight and stand up against this right over here. Because we can't go to East LA, Southgate, Hunter Park, and El Zuz Monte. And you think this man's gonna allow black people to set up a barbecue joint or soul food place in their communities? No, this ain't gonna happen, no. So
Just like you can't go to Chinatown and set up a black business in Chinatown, unlike how they can come into the black community and set up businesses in the black community, because we are about validation, right? Stuff that we can get. You know what I'm saying?
you definitely stand up against this.
So as you saw there, he is illustrating that.
All right. Now, I guess I should have skipped this part, but I'm not. But it is what it is. Because while you sit up there and told me to, no. And I'm still telling you, don't come to me saying vote whatever, no matter who. Just like the sister said, oh, well, just why it's important. No, it's important to have representation, because don't try to gaslight me like, oh, your ancestors died for this. No, first of all, they were killed. You know what I'm saying? Second, it wasn't to fight for the lesser of two evils. It was to fight for representation of themselves for themselves. Because at that time, black people were representing themselves in their own cities, their own communities, right? Now, we might have had that love everybody stuff, but we realized that nobody else had it but us. But at some point, we got to get that. Maybe this is the test. You know what I'm saying? Maybe this is why this is happening, so that we can learn a freaking lesson or be annihilated.
Give them. Just get into this.
What do you mean? No. What do you mean? Jasmine not going to Congress for Texas? Oh, Crockett. A girl can only dream. Listen, Jasmine, what was that one quote that you said? Anything. Oh, yeah.
Now, you had Negroes sit up here and tell me that I had to put my stuff to the side for right now because somehow that when we saw 800,000 years of the same behavior, but now it's vote or die. Well, I got news for you. You've been dying. And the very ones that you said, because now it's happening to everybody and we can't let it to happen to everybody, it has to be specifically us, right? That everybody that you came and fought me for didn't even support you. That everybody that you fought me for didn't support you. But this is what happened because the Jeromes, you integrated the Jeromes a long time ago and never thought about saying the Jerome Awards is so black. Like, where's my Jerome Award for my new scriptures? You know what I'm saying? Jerome Award is so black, right? It doesn't exist. Who fault is that though? That's our fault.
We done picking cotton. To get paid is enough to go find a plantation. Yeah, you remember that. I remember that. How could I forget? See, 6.5 million Hispanic
No,
voters in Texas.
and by the way, we on the way to the plantation now, y'all. It's over.
Picking cotton. To get paid is
Or
enough to go find a plantation. Yeah, you remember that. I remember that. How could I forget? See, 6.5 million Hispanic voters in Texas, which is like the majority of the electoral vote here in the state. And you mean to tell?
And this is another example of why we sitting this one out. See, Jasmine.
oh, just this one. Just this one. And not even till this one, just till next time for you to come back and tell me again lesser of two evils when you won't say nothing to me for another 2 years and then gas prices get back to a regular price during the election. That's my prediction. And after all of that time, that's when you're gonna tell me vote or die. We got to put the stuff to the side again. You know what I'm saying? And that's when they're gonna be like, hey, look, you know what I'm saying? Denzel won his third Grammy, right? He, Halle Berry won an Oscar without having to sleep with a white boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, we making improvements, right? And then you're gonna have the black soldier sitting there talking about, hey, I love America. You know what I'm saying? The Oscars is so integrated. Let me go to Iran to blow up some damn Afghanistanis, you know what I'm saying? For America. And if you don't like it, go back to Nigeria. How about you come with me to Nigeria, brother, and blow up some Neanderthals to save your community? And some Asians and some Arabs. You can blow the Arabs up still. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? But how about you do it for America? And then I can post those twerking for fighting for black people videos with pride. I'll post them joints with pride, you know what I'm saying? And I'll be like the black people looking at the Oscars, then I'll be like, what? And I start crying and everything, like, yo, I can't believe it, you know. But for now, we're doomed, y'all.
Went and stood up for the rights of everybody of color. And I do believe that right now the biggest threat is
Trump is white Jesus. You know what I'm saying? We spoke about all this religious stuff. He didn't open the eyes of black people. And now y'all, I don't think y'all as mad as me because now I'm even more mad because I'm mad at y'all now. You know what I'm saying? But y'all as mad as I used to be. And y'all might be mad at me, but I'm mad at y'all. You ever stop to think about that? Right? And why I be like, I'm not hard on the clones because I know why y'all are clones. And thank goodness for that. Thank goodness I'm not hard on the clones. And I'm saying, thank goodness for white Jesus waking y'all hand pots up. Because I would have did a lot worse, to be honest with you.
I do believe that right now the biggest threat is against the Hispanic community. But y'all
Wrong.
keep showing up.
Wrong.
So, just know I'm telling y'all, I don't care who it is. If it's not somebody of the same race and skin complexion as you, be mindful of who you
Yo, beyond that, the same
Or I'm not
mentality
like
of you.
them.
Beyond that, the same mentality. If it's not somebody who uh is of the same mentality as you, you know what I'm saying? You gotta understand where you are. You know what I'm saying? Like understand the time and all of that
It will
stuff, you
just
know? Um Sorry
y'all,
about
I
that.
don't care who it is. If it's not somebody of the same race and skin complexion as you,
Same
be
mindset.
mindful of who you have around you.
Because those Negroes might be like, hey, well, we got an Oscar. Michael B. Jordan won an Oscar, bro. There is some good white ones out there. You're tripping, right? We need to work together, right? There's some good spics out there. There's some good. My bad.
Be mindful.
Jasmine Crockett is a congresswoman pendeja. So no,
I
she
did
wasn't running to
miss you,
go to
man.
Congress. She's already in
Against
Congress.
Listen, Jasmine, what was that one quote that you said? Let me think. Oh, yeah, we done picking cotton. You can't ban us until we find a plantation. Yeah.
we're probably not done picking cotton, y'all. I hate to break it to you, but yeah, and still,
Jasmine's law.
yeah, and still. And you know what? Let's just play this because this was supposed to be a beginning and or ending thing, but we always gotta listen to the great Dr. Bobby E. Wright, y'all, because he speaks on this.
White women saw their men in trouble, like all female animals. Anytime the male gets in trouble, the female will attack. That is a law of nature. A law of nature. If you don't believe it, we can prove it in a zoo anytime you want to. Now,
A law of nature, except for with black people, because we sat there and watched our wives, mothers, daughters, and stuff get raped, and we didn't even do nothing. And you know what I'm saying? We sat in the cabin and waited for them to come back. So it's not necessarily a law of nature, but everything else seems to have it but us, you know.
the female attack. That is a law of nature. White women saw their men in trouble. And like all female animals, anytime the male gets in trouble, the female will attack. That is a law of nature. A law of nature. If you don't believe it, we can prove it in a zoo anytime you want to. Now, what happened, white women came out and captured our women and convinced us that white women were not as racist as white men. And convinced us, or convinced our women, that they would place them above their husbands, their brothers, their lovers, their children, their sons, and we say, then the white.
They said we gonna integrate the damn Oscars. We gonna integrate, and we was like, oh, okay, hell yeah. I take that over to black family. I take that over to black woman. I take that over to black man. They gonna integrate that as long as they integrate the Oscars. What about the financial institutions? Well, I don't know about that, but as long as they integrate the Oscars now.
White gays came out and convinced our gays it was a gay struggle and stole our gays, you know. Okay? White students came out and grabbed our black students, said it was a student struggle, and wiped out our black students. And all of a sudden, we have to wonder, where's the fight?
Apparently, you can go from 0 to a complete site in just a single.
Where is the fight? Apparently in Iran.
Family and our riders. That was King Bobby Wright speaking truth for Jasmine's loss. And unfortunately, they're starting to use some black women who identify with being a woman first to do it. Now, before we get into it, please be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel, More Threads Talks, as well as this channel, Emancipation.
It isn't policy, y'all. It's not her experience and it's not her incompetence. It's about two things, y'all. It's race and it's gender. Because to this country, a black person winning is already too much, y'all. But y'all put a black woman winning, that's double the threat, double the hate. And y'all know what's even sadder and even sicker and even more sadistic? You've got black men online tearing Jasmine down for her wigs, weave, lashes, ghetto, being loud, throwing her under the bus, doing the goddamn work of white supremacist ideology.
Now, and I do agree with that, right? Like, because the critiques would be from the clones who be saying, white boy talking points, you know what I'm saying? Neanderthalic talking points, that 8,000, 100,000 year ago eat each other talking points, you know what I'm saying? And she don't realize that she's doing the same thing because the Neanderthal bitch was there too. They was eating each other, all of them. And this what makes the white bitch the most dangerous species in the universe, because we think that she's convinced us that she does not exist. When in reality, she's right in your face. Because you be like, race is a construct. You know what I'm saying? It's a construct.
For free. Still competing with black women, still trying to police them, still not realizing that her winning is not a loss for you. It is a win for an entire race.
So we just randomly blaming people, and the wrong people at that. Black men, really? Let's be realistic. Maybe it's not about policy for her, but it's about policy for a lot of us, other people, okay? Also, I'm a black woman, so it's not a matter of not wanting a black woman in Congress. It's not getting a black woman or a man in Congress who's going to practice benign neglect with them folks, people who are going to do for us and expect our votes. Okay. And I'm also confused. Why is she acting like ain't no black women in Congress? Now, I'm not saying it's easy for black women, because obviously it's not, but she acting like there's no one in Congress. Party Democrats have also been practicing racism, which she, as the Hispanics, been practicing it for a minute and trying to align with them folks. And you still using the phrase black and brown, people of color, minorities. Jasmine's own party, Democrats, have also been practicing racism, which she has openly talked about. But you're not calling that out, but you calling out supposedly the people who are not doing what you think they should. So it's not just the Republicans, ma'am. Now, Jasmine tried to include a lot of them in our struggle, and then try to talk crazy about some of them, saying, hey, they got a slave mentality, because she ran her behind around this country, putting the cape on for them, and found out that a good bit of them voted for Trump. And Trump has said some of the most ruthless things about them. That still didn't stop them from voting for him, though. Meanwhile, you say one little thing, Jasmine, one little thing, and that was part of their excuse of why they didn't vote for you. No, they never liked you. Never. After all you tried to do for them, all it took was for you to say one thing. See, that's that black and brown no coalition that grassroots have been trying to tell you about. So how is that black men's fault again? What about these white supremacist tactics that them folks, Democrats, I'm going to go ahead and single them out, got you out here doing, turning on your own man for people who don't do or automatically do what you think they should? This video shows that the post-traumatic slave syndrome in you are real. The programming is real. So just because a black man or a woman doesn't agree with every little thing or fall in line with what you all think they should, then they don't want a woman in office, or they're MAGA? It's clear none of the Democrats or the Hispanics want her in at all. Because if they did, she would have won. So again, I'm going to ask, how is that black men's fault? Just say a lot of the grassroots didn't fall in line with what you thought they should, and you can't accept that. Why not get on the people who had the lowest turnout for her while she ran around the country putting the cape on for them to get tangibles? It is what it is. She focused her attention too much on everybody else other than her district, and she still had a higher number of black votes.
You don't need to be a writer.
All right, so I'll let that spare y'all from the rest of that. I'll move on. So, to wrap it up, y'all, check it out.
Y'all, the shift has finally hit the fan.
and I went down this whole rabbit hole. So I saw this video of white folks saying, "Oh, we miss black people," and I went down this whole rabbit hole. And the problem I have with a lot of white folks who making these videos, y'all are talking about shit that we provide that you miss. You're not talking about the people, the history, the importance of us building this country.
Oh, wait, hold on. They gave us an Oscar, bro. The hell are you talking about? We got an Oscar now. And we didn't have to say yes, sir. We just had to not say whatever. You know what I'm saying? But oh yeah, it is a wartime, so I don't know. Maybe it has an asterisk.
You're not talking about that the businesses that you benefit from now were taken from black people then, of how black people were promised something and never got it. How this country and its legislation has kept our community in a specific tax bracket so that we can't move up.
It's called perpetual slavery. Don't we understand anything at all?
Aren't talking
Crazy.
about that. You're talking about I miss black people because they make me laugh or they have great food. Get the fuck
We
out
do
of
be jamming though. I ain't gonna lie.
Hey, black men, black women, black people, all of you. I have missed you so much.
We are tired. We're tired. You know about that, like, peace that surpasses all understanding.
Until the next election cycle, then we ain't gonna be so tired. Then you gonna sit here and they gonna come back and scold me then, y'all. So we're gonna be quiet for a little while. Y'all ain't gonna say nothing. If y'all are listening, maybe I'm the only one in here, so that's fair enough. But it is what it is. If y'all don't have the courage to say this, it is what it is. But we're doomed, so you might as well go eat some damn chitlins
That was
and watch some football.
Yeah.
Go watch the last year's football, Super Bowl or something, and eat some chitlins.
Hey guys, now welcome back again.
And now I live in a small town in California.
You're waking up and realizing, hold on, that we've always been the magic, the black magic, y'all. What the hell? The veil is really lifting, y'all.
I miss black people.
They is giving us Oscars and everything, y'all. They's accepting us. What the hell am I doing on here for so long? I need to get off of here. They's
I know that sounds crazy, but I am from Georgia and I used to go to HBCU and the majority of my friends were black. And
you know what? Because damn Dion didn't even want to be at a HBCU and she did. Never mind. It's just like white people want to be in Africa and we don't. But check this out, yo. Why do they want to be here? Look at this weird stuff here. See that? That's what they was doing. They was just sitting there listening. She just act like she was walking past and just went listen to at this brother's door. Weirdo behavior, y'all.
Hell no. Hell no.
Hell no. It's only been 800,000. I said 6,000 years. I said 800,000 years. Damn. Lord have mercy. And maybe like, oh well, maybe she just wanted him, but you know, shouts out to this brother here. You know what I'm saying? Check this out. And I'll show this next time, you know, but check this out. And maybe we need no more of this.
Black man, I first off want to say I love you, right? And I feel like it's Black History Month, and I wouldn't be doing my part if I wouldn't say these white women are dangerous, okay? So just make sure you keep your eyes open, all right?
Hell.
I love you, man. Happy Black History Month.
Yo, I ain't even
See you.
trying to be
Love,
funny.
brother. Good to see you, man.
Damn.
Black man, I first off want to say I love you, right? And I feel like
Thank you,
it's Black
brother.
History Month, and I wouldn't be doing my part if I wouldn't say these white women are dangerous, okay? So just
And she laughed, right? She was like, yeah, it's been like 800,000 years since I've been chopping you Negroes up and eating you. And he laughing too. That's the sick part. It's like, don't you know, brother, we got Oscars now. I can be with my white bitch all I want to. And he gonna end up on a
make sure
damn
you keep
dinner
your eyes
porch.
open, all right? I love you, man.
I'm gonna play this on Wednesday because I want to hear what Cassidra got to say.
I see you. Love, brother.
All right. I don't know. And this is what she gonna grow into, y'all, by the way. So check this out. Look. The white bitch wanted to be a dog. Now the goddamn dog got more common sense than we do. When they sat there and imitated the dog attacked her. Now all this imitation of all black people, this black imitation, we ain't attack a goddamn thing. We be like, hey, welcome to the cookout, brother. Let me into your club. This dog understood what was up. You want to act like me? All right. Let me show you what time it is. He ain't justify his existence. He like, oh, this bitch want a problem. This white bitch try to encroach on my territory. Negroes, well, Oscar's so white. I'm not an ape. You know what I'm saying? I don't. Yo, what if the dog was like, yo, I don't bark like that. I don't fucking sit in front of stores barking and be on my hands and knees like that. You know what I'm saying? And like, no, like what I do is like I communicate, or like when I bark, I'm trying to communicate. I'm not a canine. You know what I'm saying? What if the dog walked up and said, I'm not a canine shirt on? No, the dog was like, bitch, white bitch. That's right, dog. Yeah, now she ain't no dog. And you see how she stopped being a dog? Well, yeah, she's not a dog. She's a Neanderthal. But you see how quickly she stopped imitating the dog and she turned back into a Neanderthal? Because the dog knew what time it was. Crazy.
Dang, please. Don't.
And the Negroes making jokes out of it, but this is real. The dog knew what time it was. So when a white boy, yo, what's going on, my N-word? I'm one of the down ones. My wife is black. You know what I'm saying? My homeboy is black, bro. This is what you do. You be like, "Arr, arr, arr," and you attack their ass. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you a dog, bitch? You want to be black? All right.
Damn.
It's time for black on black crime. And I'm also gonna show this again, right? Because this is Cassidra sent it to me, but I had to play it. I had to play it just because I saw it. You know what I'm saying? Now, this is in human form, right? Because we already failed the black dog test or the black people test, but this
Back up.
brother passed.
Back up. Fuck, back up. Back up, bitch. Back up, man. Dumbass, hold the fuck on too.
See, the brother understood just like the dog or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Leave us the fuck alone. Leave black.
The brother understood about just like with the dog. You know what I'm saying? The dog knew what time it was, but this brother responded like he was supposed to. All right, see, I can't rewind it. I'm trying to show it one more time without restarting it because it might mess up. But this is hella long. So, all right, here we go.
Back up, bro. Fuck, back up. Back up, bitch.
Oh man.
Back up, man. Dumbass, hold the fuck on too.
Leave us alone. Leave us the fuck.
All right. You know what, y'all? I'm gonna get off of here. I understand that it's not just me. It's you have to get ready for slavery tomorrow. You might not want to call it that, but I understand. Go ahead and get ready for your slavery tomorrow. And what am I talking about anyway? We didn't want an Oscar, so I might as well go get my booty to the polls. You know what I'm saying? So vote or die, because yeah, we have been totally assimilated. Yo, shouts out to Raw in the building. And shouts out to Karma 804 in the building. I appreciate you for coming through, Karma 804, and listening and checking it out and showing support. Much love. Shouts out to Matron in the building. Much love to Matron. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to Matron channel. Um, she probably, I think she gonna be on. No, yeah, Tuesday and Thursday, if I'm not mistaken, at 9 o'clock on my time, East Coast time. So you can make your adjustments to that. So y'all subscribe to her and listen to all the books that she's read and is reading and all of that stuff, because we need to hear all of this information from our point of view. So shouts out to her. Um and so yeah, I appreciate all of y'all. Yeah, damn, much love, Raw. Much love. And you know what, for the last words, and I know y'all out of here. Y'all can go celebrate tomorrow and go watch, you know what I'm saying, some football and or whatever, or basketball, and go be friends. But I'll leave you with these last thoughts. And until we get to this point, then we are definitely doomed. Well, if it comes up, of course.
Get into the body of my lecture, read a poem for you. I normally don't read poems, but this one is just so good. I got to read this one. You want to hear a poem at the African Poetry Theater? Here where culture is a weapon. All right? The poem is called, it's by brother Taim, the poem is by Taimbe Jess. And the poem is, When Niggas Love Revolution Like They Love the Bulls. When niggas love revolution like they love the bulls, youth will wear red, black, and green patches over the emblems on their starter jackets. When niggas love revolution like they love the bulls, brothers will gather regularly at barbershops and corner stops to discuss George Jackson and to discuss the handbook of revolutionary warfare and people's war before they go home to take care of their children each night. When niggas love revolution like they love the bulls, playground basketball courts will become military training grounds where we learn to shoot guns at the enemy and not baskets for bets. When niggas love revolution like they love the bulls, we will spend hours and hours watching our children grow into soldiers and not basketball players. When niggas love revolution like they love the bulls, we will know CIA stats, FBI stats, infant mortality stats, police brutality stats, political prisoners and prisoners of war, and literacy training techniques like we know Paxson's shoe size, or Shaq's shoe size, or the way we know Rodman or Pippen's rebounds, or Grant's salary, and all the intimate details of Michael's last gambling spree. When niggas love revolution like they love the bulls, you will be able to ask any youth on the street, who is Sundiata Acoli? Who is Assata Shakur? Who is Sekou Odinga? Who is Ruchell McGee and Jonathan Jackson? You will be able to ask, who is Matula Shakur? Who is Queen Mother Moore? And they will be able to tell you without skipping a beat. When niggas love revolution like they love the bulls, you will go on to ask them about Michael Jordan, and they will say, who? When niggas love revolution like they love the Bulls, masses of us will go down to tear up Carolina coroner and his office to find out what really happened to James Jordan instead of waiting on the word of newspapers and sheriff's offices. When niggas love revolution like they love the Bulls, we will show up in Washington, D.C. with the Million Man March with our God and with our guns. When niggas love revolution like they love the Bulls, they will start to seriously wonder why one Negro putting a brown ball through a white net makes more money in one season than they will make in an entire lifetime, and do something about it. When niggas love revolution like they love the Bulls, you will see Phil Jackson running up and down an empty court minutes before game time screaming, "Where are my niggas? Where are my niggas? Where are my niggas?" as the niggas leave the stadium to go build liberation schools in their community. When niggas love revolution like they love the Bulls, all niggas will refuse to shoot ball with the president with or without their dashikis on. When niggas love revolution like they love the Bulls, will become associated with the sound that CIA agents, snitches, rats, and agent provocateurs who join our organizations and work against the legitimate aspirations of our people who yearn to breathe free, drug dealers and others will make when they are thrown gracefully face first into open manholes. When niggas love revolution like they love the Bulls, Nike will no longer be able to sell $160 basketball shoes in the black community because we would rather spend the money on liberation and revolution. Thank you. When niggas love revolution like they love the Bulls, they will love it more than chitlins, more than all my children, more than Jerry curls, more than permanence, more than Cadillacs and Mercedes-Benz and Rolls-Royces and BMWs, cause when niggas love revolution like they love the Bulls, when niggas love their family like they love the Bulls, when niggas love their children like they love the Bulls, when niggas love to be free like they love the Bulls, when niggas love struggle like they love the Bulls, when niggas love dignity like they love the Bulls, when niggas love niggas like they love the Bulls, we will become black people and all the bullshit will hit the fan.
Facts. And when we stop saying we as a sports team and say we as in we, understanding that we are all we got and just us and nobody else, then we making a step in the right direction. Never mind. As always, man, we have got to start standing for something, or we're gonna keep falling for anything.